Hey Zen fam, this is a quick news update video doing it kind of tablet style for speed. So obviously no annotations, no thumbnails, none of that crazy stuff. Basically, this is Sunday and as some of you may have seen from social media, there have been various bits of information flying about hither and thither as regarding pre-orders for the next gen systems. Your your series systems and your PlayStation 5s. As it stands at the moment, because Bojo is going to bring England into a lockdown, there's a lot of confusion right now as to how you're going to pick up your systems, if you can pick up your systems, so on and so forth. As it stands at the moment, game stores in England will probably go into full lockdown measures, and you'll have some time where you can basically go to store and probably using I would imagine going to the door and dealing with a staff member there and paying for your system in full ahead of schedule, not on the actual launch night or launch day, and basically pay for your systems then and there, and then pick them up, click and collect on launch day. Probably not launch night, given these kinds of conditions. I don't know the situation in Wales or Irish territories. However, what I do know is here in Scotland, uh, currently because the devolved administration of Holyrood has differing powers and differing ways of dealing with Voldemort, it's basically the case that for the moment, at least, nothing has changed. My pre-order for PlayStation 5 and hopefully your pre-order for PlayStation 5 is remaining in the same status or status depending on your taste. Um, we're basically we'll be able to pick it up when we were going to pick it up in store if indeed you did order on store. If the situation changes, there will be ample time given, apparently, because I did phone my favourite game store and asked them over the phone, where basically we'll be able to go in and pay up ahead of schedule or pay at the door, depending on whatever lockdown restrictions are implied, and basically pay for it and then go along probably on launch day, not launch night, regrettably, and then pick up the system as a click and collect type order, which means I will still hopefully get my system, but I won't have any of the launch night hoo-ha, which is a bit of a bummer. But this is still subject to change. So as yet, if the R number in Scotland can remain at a decent level, and if we can continue to pushing it back down again, i.e., wear your mask and wear it over your nose, you know, keep up that hand washing, keep up that social distancing, you know, do all the stuff we've been doing, and just keep on it. Hopefully things can get a little bit back to where we were before things got quite so out of control again. Obviously, any such talks of cures and vaccines and such is a long way off, and then we'd have to have clinical trials for such things to make sure they're safe for everybody. Now, yes, we are just talking about boxes of electronics that don't matter when it comes to the large scheme of life, but as gamers, of course, they matter to us. So keep your heads on, lads. Search your information, confirm your sources, stay strong. We will get our systems eventually, one way or another. And yeah, hopefully everything will turn out okay, and we can just make this happen. Although my tablet is acting up. Okay, I'm going to end this here because I think I'm straying away from the main point. This is meant to be a quickie news video just to keep you guys updated. So, you know the drill. Hashtag support Scottish YouTubers. And of course, as always, aye, nae bother.